Here we go again. It says it's recording. Okay, here we go again. Hips. I like coffee, I like tea, I like the boys and the boys like me. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. One day you wake up and they're there, ready and waiting like a new Buick with the keys in the ignition. Ready to take you where? They're good for holding a baby when you're cooking, Rachel says, turning the jump rope a little quicker. She has no imagination. You need them to dance, says Lucy. If you don't get them, you may turn into a man. Nenny says this and she believes it. She's this way because of her age. That's right, I add, before Lucy or Rachel can make fun of her. She is stupid, all right, but she is my sister. Question. Do any of you have a little brother or sister that you can make fun of, but you don't like it when someone else does? That's what I thought. But most important, hips are scientific, I say, repeating what Alicia already told me. It's the bones that let you know which skeleton was a man's when it was a man, and which was a woman's. They bloom like roses, I continue, because it's obvious I'm the only one who can speak with any authority. I have science on my side. The bones just one day open. Just like that. One day you might decide to have kids, and then where are you going to put them? Gotta have room. Bones gotta give. But don't have too many, or your behind will spread. That's how it is, says Rachel, whose mama is as wide as a boat, and we just laugh. What I'm saying is, who here is ready? You got to be able to know what to do with the hips when you get them, I say, making it up as I go. You got to know how to walk with hips. Practice, you know, like if half of you wanted to go one way and the other half the other. That's to lullaby it, Nanny says. That's to rock the baby asleep inside you. And then she begins singing, seashells, copper bells, Evie, ivy over. I'm about to tell her that's the dumbest thing I ever heard, but the more I think about it, you gotta get the rhythm, and Lucy begins to dance. She has the idea, though she's having trouble keeping her end of the double dutch steady. Do you know what double dutch is?
Yeah, it's like a jump rope.
Yes, jump rope with two ropes, turning in towards each other. It's got to be just so, I say. Not too fast and not too slow. Not too fast and not too slow. We slow the double dutch circles down to a certain speed so Rachel, who has just jumped in, can practice shaking it. I want to shake like hoochie coochie, Lucy says. She's crazy. I want to move like heebie-jeebie, I say, picking up on the cue. I want to be Tahiti or merengue or electricity or tembleque. Yes, tembleque, that's a good one. And then it's Rachel who starts it. Skip, skip, snake in your hips, wiggle around and break your lip. Lucy waits a minute before her turn. She's thinking, then she begins. The waitress with the big fat hips, who pays the rent with taxi tips, says nobody in town will kiss her on the lips, because she looks like Christopher Columbus. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. She misses on maybe. So, I take a little while before my turn, take a breath and dive in. Some are skinny like chicken lips. Some are baggy like soggy Band-Aids. After you get out of the bathtub, I don't care what kind I get, just as long as I get hips. Everybody getting into it now except Nenny, who is still humming, not a girl, not a boy, just a little baby. She's like that. When the two arcs open wide like jaws, Nenny jumps in across from me, the rope tick-ticking. The little gold earrings our mama gave her for her first Holy Communion bouncing. Have any of you ever seen those little gold earrings that they give the little girls when they pierce their ears for First Communion? No? Never seen that? You have seen it? I've seen little girls with that, and I always wondered if it was for something really, like a special day or something. She's the color of a bar of naphtha laundry soap. Naphtha laundry soap is a bar of soap they used to use to wash clothes with before washing machines. And it was a special kind of soap. It's skin tones in this room that match a naphtha bar of soap are probably, let's see, who has the naphtha bar of soap skin tones? I think I would say Ivan has naphtha bar of soap skin tones. That's about the shade of the naphtha bar of soap. She's like a little brown piece left at the end of the wash, the hard little bone, my sister. Her mouth opens. She begins. My mother and your mother were washing clothes. My mother punched your mother right in the nose. What color blood came out? Ew. Not that old song, I say. You got to use your own song. Make it up, you know. But she doesn't get it, or won't. It's hard to say which. The rope turning, turning, turning. Engine, engine number 9, running down Chicago line. If the train runs off the track, do you want your money back? Do you want your money back? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. I can tell Lucy and Rachel are disgusted, but they don't say anything because she's my sister. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Nanny, I say, but she doesn't hear me. She's too many light years away. She's in a world where we don't belong to anymore. Nanny going, going. Y-E-S spells yes, and out you go. Why would Lucy and Rachel and Esperanza, the one telling the story, say that Nanny is now out and like she's light years away? She's not paying attention for a reason, though. Does anybody know why Nenny's a little different from the other 3 girls? The most obvious reason. If you saw them out playing, who would be the tall ones and who would be the short ones? Because she is... Yeah, she's younger. Do any of you have a younger brother or sister that you feel like you're already past their games way too much? You don't ever want to go back to that like little kid world that they're in? Or they're just so much younger than you that it's kind of irrelevant. Their friends don't really hang out with you and your friends? Anybody? I know my sister was 4 years older. I felt like she was kind of her friends and I didn't really hang out together at all. And I certainly didn't hang out with my brother's friends. Oh, Lord. What a mess that would have been. So, you know what I mean by that? That she's kind of like, oh, and why do you think Lucy and Rachel are disgusted by the fact that Nenny uses engine, engine number 9 running down Chicago line as her little jump rope song? Have any of you ever heard that song before? Anybody? Engine, engine number 9 running down Chicago line. Nobody? Well, that's why. It's because when I was a girl, that was like everybody knew that one. A super, super popular jump rope song. So it makes sense that, what did she tell Nenny to do that she wasn't supposed to do? Look up above the little poem, Engine, Engine number 9, to the paragraph about it, what she told Nenny to do. What did she tell her? Yeah, you got to make your own song. And then Nenny doesn't even get it. She's actually out there in La La Land getting her own, doing the same one everybody does over and over and over. So they're disgusted, but they don't say anything because Esperanza already told them, you don't talk about my sister like that, right? That makes sense. Okay, now press to stop recording.